Imagine spending decades building a fortress of integrity, brick by brick. You pride yourself on your honor. But did you know that it doesn't take a wrecking ball to bring that fortress down? Sometimes all it takes is a single, whispering thought to crack the foundation. Today, I want to share a story about how the distance between poverty and royalty isn't measured in miles, but in the mastery of our own minds. Our story begins in a dusty, forgotten village where a young man named Rock lived. Rock was the definition of grit. He was poor, often going to bed hungry, but he walked with his head high. He believed in the dignity of labor. He would spend his days scouring the market for odd jobs, returning home with just enough for a meager supper. Yet he slept soundly because his conscience was clear. One evening, the sun was setting, casting long shadows over the road. Rock was walking home, defeated. He hadn't found work that day. Suddenly, a raspy voice called out from the twilight. "Young man, could you lend an old soul a hand?" Rock turned to see a frail, elderly man standing beside 3 bulging burlap sacks. They looked incredibly heavy. "I need to reach the town across the valley," the old man explained, wiping sweat from his brow. "I can manage 2 of these, but my back won't allow me to carry the 3rd. If you carry it for me, I will pay you with 3 gold pieces." Rock didn't hesitate. "I can help you," he said. As Rock hoisted the first sack onto his shoulder, his knees almost buckled. It was dense and unyielding. "By the heavens," Rock grunted. "What is inside this?" "Ah," the old man smiled faintly. "That one is filled with copper ingots. Not valuable enough to kill for, but heavy enough to break a back." They began to walk. Rock noticed the old man's eyes darting toward him every few minutes. Rock thought to himself, "He's nervous. He thinks I'm going to rob him. But he doesn't know who I am. I'm Rock. I don't take what isn't mine." Soon, they arrived at a rushing stream. The water was cold and the current was strong. The old man stopped. "I cannot manage the crossing with a load," the old man sighed. "I might slip and be swept away. Could you carry a 2nd sack across for me? I will double your pay, 3 more gold pieces." Rock reached for the 2nd sack, but the old man grabbed his wrist. His eyes were intense. "Promise me on your life you won't vanish with it. This sack is filled with solid silver." Rock pulled his arm back, offended. "Do I look like a bandit to you? I value my name more than your silver. Hand it over." He shouldered the burden, marched through the icy water, and waited on the other bank. His integrity was ironclad. They continued until they reached the foot of a steep, winding hill. The old man sat down on a rock, gasping for air. "My legs are gone," the old man wheezed. "I cannot climb this with a burden. You must carry the 3rd sack. But be warned, this one contains pure gold." The old man looked at Rock with deep skepticism. "If you run now, I am too old to chase you. You would be gone forever." Rock was frustrated now. "I told you, old man, I am not a thief. I once worked as a clerk for a merchant who asked me to falsify his ledgers. I chose to starve rather than lie. I will not start now." The old man studied him for a long moment. "Very well," he whispered. "Take the gold. Go ahead to the top of the hill and wait for me. I will follow at my own pace." Rock took the 3rd sack. He was now carrying the weight of copper, silver, and gold. He began to climb, leaving the old man far behind. The silence of the hill was heavy. And then the thought arrived. Just a whisper at first. "If I keep walking, he can never catch me." Rock shook his head. "No, I promised." But the thought returned, louder this time. "He is old. He has lived his life. What does he need this wealth for? I am young. I am suffering. With this gold, I could buy a farm. I could marry the woman I love. I could eat like a king every day. The fantasy took root. The image of a life without hunger was too bright, too intoxicating. The honest clerk, the man who prided himself on integrity, was suddenly gone. In his place was a man possessed by potential wealth. Rock didn't wait at the top of the hill. He ran. He sprinted until his lungs burned, fueled by greed, all the way to his shanty. Safe inside his home, with the door locked, Rock's hands trembled as he cut open the sacks. He tipped them over, expecting the shimmer of precious metals. Clatter. Dust. Silence. Rocks. Ordinary. Gray river stones tumbled onto his floor. There was no gold. No silver. No copper. Confused and frantic, Rock dug through the pile until his fingers brushed against a piece of parchment. He pulled it out and read the elegant handwriting. "I am the king of this realm. I have no children to inherit my throne, and my time is short. I devised this test to find a common man with a noble heart to adopt as my son and successor. You carried the weight of the burden, and you spoke the words of honesty. If only you had waited for me at the top of the hill, the kingdom would have been yours." Rock fell to his knees. The stones mocked him. He had been honest for years, but in the one moment that truly mattered, he let his guard down. He traded a kingdom for a fantasy, all because he let a single greedy thought take the wheel. This story is a powerful reminder of the fragility of character. Rock wasn't a bad person. He was a human person, but he allowed a toxic seed to be planted in his mind. Think about the progression. Asterisk the thought, "I could get away with it." Asterisk the justification, "He's old, I'm young." Asterisk the action, running away. Asterisk the consequence, losing everything. There is an ancient saying, "Watch your thoughts, for they become your words. Watch your words, for they become your actions. Watch your actions, for they become your destiny." We are the gardeners of our own minds. If we let weeds like greed, jealousy, or anger take root, they will eventually choke out the harvest of our hard work. But if we nurture patience, honesty, and integrity, we prepare ourselves for the success that is waiting for us, sometimes right at the top of the hill. If this story made you think about the power of your own mindset, do me a favor. Hit that like button so we can spread this message to others. And don't forget to subscribe. I'll be back soon with another story to help you navigate this journey called life. Until then, guard your thoughts and keep climbing.